Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lions Stadium for this round 20 NPLW fixture. This is a top-of-the-table clash. Well, it's first versus fourth. Lions in the orange are top of the tree. Gapper in second place, just 1 point behind, but with a game in hand. Moreton Bay Jets are in fourth position, and they'll be determining who wins the league this year. More on that shortly. Now, just looking through the team sheets, a few changes here for both teams. Both sides are struggling a little bit with injuries. Rebecca Horsey's out of the team with an injury tonight. With two additions to the team. Megan Stevens, captain of the under-17, she takes her place in the side. And for Moreton Bay United, Ali Schaefer was under an injury cloud, but she has made her way onto the team sheet and will be starting tonight. Lions wish to thank Motorama and Luxury Paints for their continued support. And Moreton Bay United's NPL side is proudly sponsored by Hanno's Car Care and Albany Creek Physiotherapy.
Number 15, Lana Hart. Number 16, Giverny Kenman. Number 17, Jessica Holt. Number 20, Ellen Hepburn. Subs tonight for Lions.
I'm Darren Lutton and welcome to tonight's stream.
Number 8, Mario Hecker. Number 12, Elizabeth Schiavo.
Round 20. In previous years, we'd already be a week or two into the finals, but with the expanded competitions this year, plenty more teams involved. There's still 6 weeks to go.
Number 1, Coco Mayes-Corona. Number 3, Alexander Schaefer. Number 4.
Our Total Tools referee tonight is Taylor Schofield. The assistants are the twins, Bailey and Ryan Jacobson. Not only are they twins, but they have the same hairstyle. Only their mother can tell them apart. So Moreton Bay will be kicking off this evening. McGann McElligott, new signing from Gold Coast United, made the switch 2 weeks ago. Scored on her debut. Made the move to Moreton Bay to participate in finals football.
Lions always at home in the blue and orange. Moreton Bay in the yellow and black.
So it's a clear evening tonight. The clouds are very high in the sky. There's a word that there's a few showers about. It shouldn't affect us too much. And here we go. We're underway in this NPLW round 20 fixture. It's first versus fourth. Should be a cracking match between these two teams. Both teams go into tonight's game with reasonable form. Lions have still been winning, but haven't been as convincing as they were earlier on in the season. They do have a few players struggling with injuries. And the Jets, they're just going from strength to strength. So modest crowd in attendance at Lions Stadium this evening. It's very hard to tell here with the deck as the ball almost goes up into that area. You can see that the club itself is packed full of people, but very hard to tell how many are actually out watching the game. But as I say, in most weeks, it's a modest crowd. But hopefully, they should be witness to a great game. Crossfield ball cut out well by the Jets defence. Jamila Riley comes forward. Franca lobs the ball in the air. Gives possession back to the Jets. That's Madalena Daniels on the ball. Gives the ball back to Majstorovic and gets a return ball. It's around 20 of the competition. We still have some teams that have yet to play their full quota of games. Moreton Bay being one of those teams. They've got a catch-up game shortly against Gold Coast United. Be able to give you those details shortly. Harrison finds Schaefer. Schaefer a little bit awkward with that delivery. Still found Perrin. Ellen Hepburn sets play off the lines. Moreton goes down the line looking for Tegan Riding. Promising opportunity here for Riding. Cross couldn't find a teammate. So a couple of new faces in the Lions squad tonight. I mentioned Megan Stevens. That's her with the ball in her hand now. She's the under-17s captain. Also on the bench is Amy Gunston, who's the striker for the under-17s. She'll be instantly recognisable when she comes onto the field. Very distinctive haircut. Majstorovic was going to go long, but elected just to roll the ball out. It's Christy New. New goes back to Majstorovic. Turns the ball to New. Christy New, of course, former Olympic player. Harrison surrenders possession to Georgia Chapman. Jessica Hogg goes out wide. Can't find an orange shirt. Jasmine Perrin will go for a run and set the visitors into attack. Nice idea with their through ball. Couldn't quite find McGilligan. The Jets have a corner. So I asked assistant coach Adam Sherman prior to the game how McGann McGilligan's fitting into the team. He said there is a little bit of work to do. When she played for the Gold Coast, the plan was to get her the ball, for her to do the vast majority of the work. In the Moreton Bay set up, she's got a few teammates around her. Tegan Riding going for a run. Cut out well by New. Yes, McGilligan in this Jets formation is going to have a lot more support than she did for Gold Coast. So it's going to take a little bit of time for her to work out where her teammates are going to be. And she'll have a reduced workload. Free kick here for Moreton Bay. Jemima Head on the ball. New looking for McGilligan. Jordan Franca getting a body in the way. Riding's felled. Christy New. Look of disdain by Christy New as she walks past Tegan Riding. The first real talking to for the players. By Total Tools referee Taylor Schofield. Franca. He's got options outside. Riding. Couldn't find a teammate. Taken quickly here by the Jets. Nice touch from McGilligan. Puts the ball into open space. And Moreton Bay get there first. Well, I'm trying to work out. It has gone over the bar. The crowd thought it was a goal. My initial reaction was that it had gone over the bar. But the crowd reaction was as if it was a goal. Good opportunity there for the Jets. And the score remains 0-0. Lovely touch there from McGilligan. Put the ball forward for Lauren Askin. A bit of hesitation there from Ellen Hepburn. She'll be disappointed that she didn't come out earlier. Franca. Lovely ball down the line, gets in behind the Moreton Bay defence. Unfortunately, the ball runs out of play. So there is another game in the NPLW happening this evening. Capalaba are taking on Western Pride. Unfortunately, the betting sites don't cover the NPLW, so we'll check for a half-time score. I can't bring anything to you at this stage, but there is an NPL match occurring at the moment. It's Brisbane City travelling to Redlands United, and it's just before half-time. It's Redlands 1, Brisbane City 2. Brisbane City also missed a penalty. Brisbane City were 2-0 up before Redlands got their first goal on the board. We'll keep you up to date with that match as it progresses this evening. But here at Lions Stadium, pretty interesting start to the game by both teams. Moreton Bay have had the best opportunity, of course, but Lions have probably shaded the possession. Lions last week hosted Sunshine Coast Wanderers. One would have expected Lions to come away with a comfortable victory, but they only won the game 3-2. And of course the week before, they had a 2-2 draw at Heath Park against Eastern Suburbs, which is a shock result. And of course we streamed their round 17 match against Mitchelton, which they took out 4-1. Here's another chance for Moreton Bay. Well, McGilligan showing plenty of running early in this game. McGilligan has been a train-on player with the Raw. The ball's in the back of the net, but the flag is up. Offside decision there. I'd love to see that again. Pretty sure that came from a throw-in. It must have been a touch from a Moreton Bay player before in behind the Lions defence. Scotty Walker keeps the ball in play. Let's settle things down to Harrison. It's pass in behind Walker. Moreton finds Riding. Riding takes on the shot. Our attacking partners were well covered by the Moreton Bay defence. So probably the right option, just the execution letting it down. This is the NPLW, presented to you by Football Queensland. I'm Darren Lutton. I've been away for a couple of weeks. Been off having a child, well, my wife has. I'd just like to personally thank everyone that sent me messages of support in the time that I had off. It's greatly appreciated. My baby daughter, excuse me, my baby daughter Verity is doing extremely well. Here's McGilligan. Inside the box, getting around Frankard. The space opens up and she scores straight down the middle. Well, she scored on debut and she has scored again. And Joe DeSavia's got some work to do here because McGann McGilligan is tearing the Lions' defence to shreds. So 1-0 to Moreton Bay. McGilligan, she's just too quick for this Lions defence. They're going to have to play a bit deeper. Lions normally play a high line. New signing actually brings a little bit of balance to the forward line of Moreton Bay. Scotty Walker normally likes to play in behind as the second striker. Jasmine Perrin does her work down the outside. So with McGilligan up top, it's a little bit more balance, allows Walker to drift out a little bit further onto the left-hand side. Throw in here for the Jets. In the past few minutes, it has been all Jets. Moreton Bay riding a wave of confidence at the moment. As this ball comes forward again for McGilligan. Hepburn comes out. It's still there for the Jets. Another shot blocked. Perrin retreats. Electing to retain possession. This is Head. Strong ahead. Under extreme pressure from Kate Moreton. Possession is turned over. Through Chapman and Hogg. Back to Franca. Tanisha Stanley. The Lions need this. They need this possession just to settle things down. Riding. Lets the ball run on. The Lions now have a corner. So just checking in that NPL match. It is half time now and it's now Redlands 2, Brisbane City 2. Goal to Redlands in the 44th minute. The corner's taken short. Plenty of bodies in the box. Nestorovic comes out well. New. Harrison. Head. Walker. Walker goes for a run and then comes back inside. Finding Schaefer. Walker again with the lovely overlap. The offside flag goes up. Assistant referee Jacobson. Total Tools referee. Having a little bit of work to do early in this game. And the Jets are showing so much attacking flair at the moment. Ali Schaefer, she's not moving as freely as we normally see her. And so she's having an impact on this game. She's of course the highest goal scorer, leading goal scorer for Moreton Bay. She's got 16 goals. Scotty Walker has 14. Jasmine Perrin with 12. Askin and Velvet Sea with 7 each. Expect McGann McElligott to figure prominently in that list by the end of the season. Offside flag goes up again. So 20th minute of this round 20 NPLW match between Lions FC and Moreton Bay United. And it's the visitors with the early goal. Scored by McGann McElligott. Here she is on the ball again. She's got Walker ahead of her defender. Walker's able to retain possession for the Jets. McElligott. Blocked by Franca. Franca showing plenty of strength to retain possession for the Lions. And Chapman earns a free kick. Short by Riley. Harch finding Moreton. Cross can't find a teammate. Nestorovic gets down low to make the save. Cut out by Kenman. Stanley goes in field. Chapman. It's ball in behind the Jets defence. So one thing that's particularly noticeable here at Lions Stadium is that the lighting is significantly brighter. Than most other grounds in Brisbane. Lions, of course, the men's team will be hosting Olympic FC in the FFA Cup, round of 32. These Lions will be certainly up to the task. Having said that, if they were to host an A-League team and the match was to be to be broadcast by Fox, the lighting requirements would be over 500 lux. They require that for the cameras. And if I understand, my memory serves me correctly, I believe these lights are around 400 lux. So they might have to get a few cars in the car park to switch on their headlights. There's a chance now for Lions. So Moreton's shot just flew across the face of goal there. So good response here from Lions. Expect there to be plenty of toing and froing in this game. Mine ahead with plenty of space to work in. Goes infield and finds only a Lions shirt. Riding shot. Not strong enough to challenge Majstorovic. They are, of course, streaming 3 matches this weekend. I'll advertise the other 2 matches shortly. Lions unable to work the ball out of defence. Some good defensive work there from Lana Harch. Walked Walker off the ball. Giving the ball back. And Perrin. Shot from Schaefer. Just wide. A little bit sloppy there from the Lions defence. And Moreton Bay just seem to be having the clearest chances. Alan Hepburn certainly been the busier of the 2 keepers so far. Riley. Ball in behind the Jets defence for Moreton. Moreton can't quite find Hogg. Tanisha Stanley rescues the situation. Stanley again. Just loses her balance at the important moment. Chance here for the Jets if they can get possession. Unable to do so. Arch puts the ball in front of Stevens. New with the clearance. So Marielle Ecker is on the bench this evening for the Lions. She would normally be taking up a position on the left or right hand side. That cross from Riding goes out of play. So Ecker, I understand, has a knee injury. We might see a bit of her in the second half. But I would suggest that only if Lions were desperate for goals and some creativity. They're doing enough so far. Haven't quite had that golden opportunity yet. And that clear-cut chance. A lot of long-range shooting. And crosses that haven't quite found their target. This is the first of the 3 matches that we'll be streaming this weekend. We will be having a Super Saturday tomorrow afternoon from 5 o'clock. Simon Smale is going up the range to Clive Berghofer Stadium. We'll be bringing you the NPL match between South West Queensland Thunder and the Mackay Magpies Crusaders. It's at 5 p.m. At 7 p.m. we'll be travelling to Wakeley Park to bring you the FQPL match between South United and the Capalaba Bulldogs. Looking forward to bringing you that one. And covering a game at South that isn't on the synthetic pitch. Of course, the men play on the grass pitch, women play on the synthetic field. I'll be asking Vedran Vigirovic after the game why he chooses to play on the grass rather than the synthetic, because it's an obvious advantage for the women's team. Tough ball to win at the moment. After all that, Jets have the throw. Midfield battle's very interesting tonight between these 2 teams. A lot of experience and quality in both teams. Jasmine Perrin switched over to the left-hand side for a bit. Walker is on the right. Just giving Lions something different to think about. Of course, on this left-hand side, Megan Stevens is the least experienced player on the field. Schaefer finds Askin. Walker tidies up for the Jets. This crossfield ball can't find Perrin. New tries the right-hand side. And Perrin can't quite latch onto the loose ball. Clearance made by Stevens. So half an hour into this game, it's 1-0 to the visitors. The Jets not in too much of a hurry to take this throw. Gives the players a chance to get a breather. Very pleasant evening here at Lions Stadium. There's a slight breeze working from the right to left. Here come the Jets again. Or should I say, the Jets go marching in. Not on that instance though, straight to Hepburn. Hepburn and Riley, of course, former Gold Coast City teammates last year. Before making the move this year to Richlands. Perrin and Askin working some good short closed passing. This is Walker. Schaefer. McGilligan. Schaefer stayed on side. Crossfield ball for Perrin. Couldn't quite latch onto the cross. Lovely passing move there from the Jets. That's the difference between the 2 teams at the moment. When the Jets are getting forward, their passing is just that little bit better. The Lions, it's just all about getting in behind. relying on the qualities of Tegan Riding to get the score on the board. Some loud support there from the Jets bench. Free kick for the Jets as McElligott goes down. Pretty much a straight line for this free kick. Full of orange and yellow shirts. It's Lions that win the header. Here come the Jets again. This is Perrin. She takes on the long shot. Bounces in front of Hepburn. Walking the field pre-game. This pitch is in excellent condition. The only real issue of note is on the right-hand side in the goal mouth. Majstorovic, who clears that area, also clears possession. So yes, a little bit of open dirt on the right-hand side. Other than that, good grass coverage on this field. Perrin, Askin. Sorry, that was Whitney Howson on the ball. Lions have it again. Chapman. Chapman looking for options. And probably more due to a lack of running from many of her teammates. Just gives up possession straight back to Moreton Bay. Not quite what we normally expect from Lions. Normally a very high energy team. Perhaps they're missing Echo on the field and her creativity. That ball's cut out well by Riley. Lions able to work it out of defence. Still stuck in though. Back to Hepburn. Good pressing there from Moreton Bay. The same taken. Cool heads from the Lions defenders. Stevens. Riley. Riding. Took a deflection but found Moreton. Hogg. Stanley. Stanley's cross too high for Riding. And the Jets come racing out of defence. We'll compare the last minute and the work that Lions had to do to pass the ball out of defence. As Christy New just took possession and dribbled it straight to the halfway line. Here's Walker. She's got McElligott in a little bit of space. Riley with the intervention. And the Jets retaining possession. Just under 10 minutes to the half. It's Lions 0, Moreton Bay United 1. Goal in the 14th minute to McGann McElligott. Moreton Moreton Bay. Happy to play keep ball at the moment. That pass a little bit too short for Schaefer. And here's Riding. She's got Moreton in the middle if she can find her. A little bit too direct with her cross. Storovic showed plenty of bravery to get down low. And Head again walks the ball over the halfway line this time. The offside flag goes up against Perrin. Desmond Perrin with her right knee strapped up. She's had it that way for a while now. Teammate Lauren Spreadborough is on the bench tonight. She's coming back from a similar complaint. Better passing here from Lyons. In behind the Jets defence, looking for Stanley. Tanisha Stanley. Probably could have kept going. She's won possession back. There's a chance now. Moreton. The shot goes wide. Well, that's better from Lyons. Much crisper passing. And they up the tempo. They caught Moreton Bay out there. Now it's the Jets who will settle play down. Harrison, Schaefer. Nice first touch. Create the space for herself. McGilligan puts the ball out in front of Perrin. Perrin's got Walker if she can find her. Which instead finds McGilligan. Couldn't quite get any purchase on the shot. Was just able to guide it towards goal. Straight to Hepburn. Again, good play from Moreton Bay. We hope you're enjoying Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. If you're watching via Facebook, certainly drop us a few comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Might give a few shout outs in the second half. If you are watching on a mobile device and you've got those comments on your screen, you find them a little bit annoying, then all you need to do is swipe right to get rid of those. If you are wanting to make a comment, just swipe left and that'll bring them back into play. Those, of course, watching on YouTube will not be having any issues whatsoever. I watched my first match last weekend on the big screen telly using Football Queensland's YouTube channel. Took in that brilliant game between Lions and Western Pride in the NPL. Hopefully the second half see plenty of goal mouth action. Something resembling that great match last week. Having said that, been plenty of chances already, and here's another one for Lions. It's Riding, Tegan Riding, sneaks the ball past Majstorovic, and there's the equaliser for Lions FC. Well, Lions decided to press high. Kate Moreton won back possession for the team in orange. Tegan Riding just ghosting into space. And when you give her an opportunity like that, it invariably ends in a goal. So 42 minutes in and it's 1-1. Maybe we will get a match that'll rival that game at Briggs Road last weekend. Well, that's the shot in the arm that Lions needed. They have been second best in this first half. Jets have looked that little bit sharper. Sets things up nicely for the second half. Here come Lions again. This is Riding. Just missed finding Moreton. Great defensive work by Jemima Head just to get a touch. And again. Good spell here for Lions. Just outside the box, Tegan Riding, tries a shot. Storovic had to have her angles perfectly sorted there. Saw the ball over the top. A very clean game so far. In fact, Lions as a team have only ever had 5 yellow cards this season. Of course, no reds. Moreton Bay have only had 8 yellow cards, and Lindley Archard has had 3 of them. Gallagher. A bit of a miscommunication there. Set a teammate a task a little bit too difficult. This is Schaefer. Creates a little bit of space for herself. Out wide for Walker. Ball crossed in again. Only an orange shirt in the way. Crossed in again, headed by Schaefer. Lions will look to break quickly. Straight into the path of Harrison. All they had to do was miss Harrison then, and Riding was away. Gallagher. There's a 1-2 with Walker. Cross again, a little bit too short. We've got Jasmine Perrin just waiting for a cross with a bit of quality. Jasmine Perrin significantly taller than the Lions' defence. And there it is, that's half time. Well, it hasn't been the most exciting half of football, but there's certainly been splashes of quality throughout. Moreton Bay took the lead in the 14th minute through recent signing McGann McGilligan. And for the opportunities that they had, Moreton Bay was certainly the better team. But just before half-time, a moment of quality. Kate Moreton put Tegan Riding in behind the Jets' defence. She ever so coolly stroked the ball past Coco Mostorovic. And we go into the halftime break, 1-1. We'll be back at Lions Stadium very shortly with the second half. This is Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. save from Ralph.
Been slotted through, saved by Reesby.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Football is my favorite. I love playing it with my friends.
When I score a goal, I celebrate and dream of playing for the Caltex Socceroos.
And this is where it all starts, with the Aldi Mini Roos kickoff program. I grab my shin pads, boot bag, drink bottle and bowl, then join my mates for some fun.
It's great. We learn new skills every week through games and activities. These help us learn about teamwork and respect for others. My mum cheers me on the sidelines. She loves watching me play. She likes it that football is such a safe sport.
But best of all,
we make lots of new friends.
And if we are lucky, we might run into the Aldi Mini Roos ambassadors.
Wow, it's Archie Thompson. He's a legend.
And Steph Matlick from the Westfield Matildas. She is amazing.
Come and join Australia's biggest football program for kids. Come and join us.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Football is my favourite. I love playing it with my friends.
When I score a goal, I celebrate and dream of playing for the Caltex Socceroos.
And this is where it all starts, with the Aldi Mini-Roos kick-off program. I grab my shin pads, boot bag, drink bottle and bowl, then join my mates for some fun.
It's great. We learn new skills every week through games and activities. These help us learn about teamwork and respect for others.
My mum cheers me on the sidelines. She loves watching me play. She likes it that football is such a safe sport.
But best of all,
we make lots of new friends.
And if we are lucky, we might run into the Aldi Mini-Roos ambassadors.
Wow, it's Archie Thompson. He's a legend. And Steph Patlick from the Westfield Matildas. She is amazing. Come and join Australia's biggest football program for kids. Come and join us.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
Corner. That headed clear by, I think, Weatherby. And then it's hooked in again. Carlos! Oh, that is a stunner! That is an absolute stunner from Sean Carlos!
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. This is Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW. It's round 20 and we are at Lions Stadium for the clash between Lions FC and Moreton Bay Jets. First versus fourth. It's currently 1-1. It's been a pretty entertaining first half. There's been a lot of chances at either end. I made a little comment just before half-time that the game was, I don't know, can't quite recall what I said, but it was something to the only sort of way I'm thinking about it now is if I said it was dull. It certainly isn't dull, but the match is lacking a little bit of atmosphere. The crowd have been very quiet tonight. There's certainly enough here to bring the noise, but they just haven't done it so far. Hopefully we'll see it in the second half. Should add it, of course, we are at the opposite end of the field to the crowd, so they probably are going nuts, but we certainly can't hear it from our vantage point. Now, a couple of shout-outs. So Claudine Valmonte is making coffee in Maryland in the United States, cheering on the Jets. Wonder if she's an Ali Schaefer fan. Rod Askin is watching from Hua Hin in Thailand. Sure, cheering on Lauren. And Leanne Saywell asks if Lions have a couple of injuries, that they have a couple of under-17s in the squad. Yes, they do. Rebecca Horsey is one of the big injuries, and Marielle Ekia. And Tracy Rankin is watching from Fraser Island. If I understand correctly, Ali Schaefer, Moreton Bay midfielder, was there during the week. So the second half is underway. It's currently 1-1. Speaking of exciting games, just bringing you an update in the NPL match between Redlands United and Brisbane City. It's currently 5-4 to the home team. Kubayama has at least a hat trick. So 10 minutes to go in that game, and it's Redlands that are in front after trailing for most of the game. So a 9-goal thriller out there. Cleveland Stadium, Cleveland Showgrounds, I should say. All right, so we'll keep you updated with that result. Let's get back to the action here at Lions Stadium. Potential opportune moment there for Tegan Riding. Just goes astray. I'm just having a chat to a few people at half time about this game. Lions just lacking a little bit of energy in the first half. The offside flag is sure to go up, and it does. Jessica Hogg, who infringed. So yes, Lions playing a little bit defensively than we would normally expect from them. Looking to nullify the Jets' attack rather than creating a bit more on their own. When Lions did press, and they did attack and move the ball quickly, they looked very good. So I would expect that they've got another gear or two that they can go up in the second half. But for the Jets, they've been doing absolutely brilliantly in this first half, creating plenty of chances. Their only disappointment is that they're not 3 or 4 goals registered on the board, just the one so far. Perrin gets into the box. Sits up nicely, just over the bar. Well, another golden opportunity. Ali Schaefer was the player. He scored that shot over the bar. Great tackle there from Head. Looks like Mickey DeSavia is on the field for the second half. He's taking up position on the left-hand side of the midfield. Jessica Hogg's playing a little bit more centrally. Riding. Riding able to get a cross in. Not one of any great quality though. So this is first against fourth. I'll run through the, a little bit later in the match, I'll run through the implications for both teams and where things have gone right for them and where they've gone wrong. Of course, in the 3 weeks that I've been away, South United have been the massive losers. They've gone from top of the league to third, losing matches that you would normally expect them to win. Gary French advised me that he did have a few injuries throughout his squad. They lost matches to the Roar NTC, who have been on fire since coming back from the National Championships. They also lost to the Gap. As it stands, it's the Gap that are in pole position at the moment. They've got one catch-up game to play, and if they win that, they'll be top of the league. Of course, Lions are sitting top of the table, 1 point above the Gap. Storovic comes out quickly. Hogg. Block shot. Block was by Harrison. Touch from McGilligan. Couldn't find a teammate. Harch. Riding. The first touch just let it down. Opened the door for Majstorovic, who came out quickly to make the save. Good signs here from Lions. Perrin. Slight miscommunication with Daniels. They're able to tidy up. Howson. Cross for New. Ball over the top of Perrin. Gives the ball back to Lions. Savia. Kenman. Back to Hepburn. Moreton with a run. Schaefer tidies up for the Jets. Another turnover. Harch tries to find Stanley, and that shot in the back of the net. What a goal! Well, it was a deft touch, but perfectly placed in the top left-hand corner. And Lana Harch puts the home side ahead. Well, how important will that goal be in the end of season figuring? So 53 minutes in. And the home side are in front for the first time. Such a deft touch. Placed to perfection. Here comes another cross. It's missing the same quality of the goal. Couple of minutes to go at Cleveland Stadium. It's still 5-4 Redlands over Brisbane City. That'll be a bit of an upset if that result stands. Very important in Redlands' battle for survival. Redlands have turned a few players over recently. Got some new blood into the squad. Seems to be paying dividends. Coach Nick Dibbs working a bit of magic. Free kick here to the Jets. Daniels. Perrin. Ball in between players. Daniels tidies up. Jets just looking at retaining possession at the moment. Daniels showing some good energy. Perrin puts the ball out for McGilligan. Can't get past Moreton. Looks like Kate Moreton's got the job of keeping McGilligan quiet in the second half. Seems to be paying dividends so far. So the Moreton Bay Jets have had no draws this season. They only dropped points to Souths, Mitchelton, Lions, another loss to Souths, and Gold Coast United. Moreton Bay have got a rescheduled match. I believe it was a round 3 match against Gold Coast United. Again, McGilligan will be playing against her former team in a couple of weeks. 28th of July, I believe. Defensive work there from Harrison. Coming cross field, looking forward to Savia. Riding. Cross a little bit too deep. And out of play. So again, McGilligan gets goal tonight. So a little bit further ahead in the Golden Boot standings. She scored 34 goals this season. Tian Petterwood from the Gap is on 29. Amy Chapman from Souths on 28. Greta Bodie from the Gap on 26. And Tegan Riding is in 5th place with 24. Actually, now that Tegan scored tonight, she is on 25 goals. One more will get her into joint 4th place. So Lions happy to concede possession in the attacking third. Substitution here for the Jets. Whitney Howson is the player coming off. Tisha Scherner is the player coming on.
Substitution for Moreton Bay, number 15.
Tisha Scherner has actually just recently secured some work in Port Macquarie, so she won't be spending too much time with her teammates at Walter Park. She did advise that she will be called upon if required. But Port Macquarie's quite a journey to come for a game of football. Many clubs in the northern New South Wales should be on notice that Tisha is coming to town. Certainly be a worthy addition to their squads for next season. Goal kick taken short. Moreton. Kenman. Kenman, one of the new additions to the squad this year. She's had a really good season for Lions. I've been very impressed with her work. Chapman. Straight down the middle, trying to find Riding. She will find Riding, and Riding goes with the right foot. Perhaps she should have gone with the left. Puts a shot wide. Still 2-1 to the hosts. Scherner. Daniels. Perrin. Infield for Schaefer. Jessica Hogg with a good intervention. Kate Moreton settled things down for Lions. Riding, good touch. Unfortunately, Jessica Hogg tripped over the ball. Storovic comes out well to collect. A little bit late. Here come Lions again. Hogg. Cleared by Head. So the Lions are now asking the questions of Moreton Bay. Joe DeSavia's changes at half time and perhaps his speech made a difference to this game. Of course, the goal just before the half-time break will have helped also. Moreton Bay have lacked the potency that they showed in that first half. We're still seeing plenty of chances in this game. As in comes a long-range attempt, well wide. So just checking that NPL score. It's finished 5-5. So a goal in the 6th minute of injury time. So it's Redlands 5, Brisbane City 5. Heartbreak for the home side. We've got a comment on the Facebook feed from Jesse Davis, who of course played in the Peninsula Power team last season. Cheering on a former teammate Ali Schaefer. Jesse's playing a football in Sweden. Offside flag goes up. Again, not too many options here for Hepburn. The player's a little bit static, and not surprisingly, possession's turned over. Long range attempt. Well, great save from Hepburn. Absolutely brilliant. She got caught out of position, but did just enough to get the ball over the bar. The shot from McGilligan. As Moreton Bay show, they're not out of this game yet. They've got plenty of attacking weapons, and they'll keep coming. Brilliant save from Hepburn. In comes the corner. Short, but Lions can only concede another corner. Lions have got plenty of players back. Headed by Perrin. The last touch was off a Lions player. Third corner in a row now for the Jets. Corner from Askin. Linesberg clears straight back to Askin. Riley with the header. With Lions committing so many players deep, that clearance was only going to end up as a Jets possession. Some good work from Hogg, wins the ball back for the team in orange. Walker, Schaefer. Past Askin to Perrin. Perrin gets a ball behind the Lions defence. McGilligan can't turn a defender. And now seeing a response from the Jets. Here they come again. Walker winning back possession. Schaefer. Walker. Head. All the way back for Harrison. Christy New. Finds Daniels. Daniels, can she keep the ball in play? She can. It's a good cross. And the header from McGilligan just over the bar. A great piece of play there from the Jets. Started out on one side of the field, worked it all the way back to the other. McGilligan was having some teething problems gelling with this side. She's not got them anymore. Here's another chance for her. McGilligan. Saved by Hepburn. Took the shot on with the left. Perhaps she, if her touch had have gone out to her right-hand side, would have taken the defender right out of play. And the Jets again just tightening that pressure valve. Coach Hannafin will be very pleased with what he's seeing at the moment. It's all Jets at the moment. Quality delivery. This time a goal kick's given and Lions will get a chance to take a deep breath. So Football Queensland announced their referee of the month for June. It was Sunshine Coast referee Luca Ferusat, 15-year-old. Told Football Queensland that the money that he's earning is going straight into saving for his first car. Absolutely brilliant. I expect, Lukey, you just need to do about 20 games and you'll have enough money for your first vehicle. Referees do get paid well, don't they? The referees haven't had too many contentious calls this evening to adjudicate on. And Tuttle Tools referee Schofield gives a free kick to the Jets. And a follow-up for a high boot. So 20 minutes to go. It's 2-1 to the Lions. All just out of the reach of Perrin. Lions look to go quickly. Through to Savia. Savia still going. Good battle there with Daniels. The ball can't quite find Hogg. It's just being patient, waiting for all their players to assume a good position. Perhaps draw riding forward, which they've done. And Mastorovic kicks the ball out of play. Coach Hannafin is not happy with that outcome. Chance now for Lions. Good ball across the face of goal. Jessica Hogg got in the great position. But Harrison with the important touch. Sees the ball out of play. And Lions have a corner. Football Queensland will be bringing you Super Saturday tomorrow. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. in the NPL match between South West Queensland Thunder and the Magpies Crusaders. It's at Clive Berghofer Stadium. As this corner comes in, still in the box. It's there for anyone. Cleared by the Jets. It's going to come straight back in though. Lions players are calling for handball. No decision from Schofield. The Lions will come again. Around one defender. This time Mastorovic in the right place. So yes, that NPL match tomorrow. Southwest Queensland Thunder against the Mackay Magpies Crusaders. If you do get a chance to go to Toowoomba to watch a game, Clive Berghofer Stadium, absolutely brilliant place to watch football from. One of the prettiest grounds that you'll go to. That match is at 5 p.m. and then at 7 p.m. I'll be bringing you coverage from Wakeley Park of the FQPL clash between South United and the Capalaba Bulldogs. Free kick to Lions. Looks like temperatures are just going up a couple of degrees here. As time becomes a factor in this contest. Daniels. Perrin back to Daniels. Great through ball to find Perrin. She's got numbers in the middle. She isn't quite happy with what she's seen. New. Cut out by Kenman. Savia. Might have seen Savia just run a little bit harder with possession then. Allowed the Jets defence to get in position. And cut out the through ball to Riding. Chance now for the Jets. McGilligan. She's got Askin inside, finds her. Poor first touch. Ends up gifting possession back to Lions. Here's a through ball. For Savia. Daniels goes down. Free kicks the decision. New. Sherner. Perrin, but the play's cut out by Moreton. Chapman. Back to Moreton. Kenman finds Chapman again. This time there's space for Riding to run onto. What can she do this time? Again, she goes with the right foot. Ball dribbles harmlessly across the face of goal. New again, coming well forward. This ball in behind the Lions defence. McGilligan will get there first. She's got Perrin if she can find her. She goes down. Play on's the call from Schofield. McGilligan stayed down for a bit. Jamila Riley sportingly stayed with her to see if she was okay. Both players have rejoined the game. So just under 15 minutes to go. It's Lions 2, Moreton Bay 1. This result crucial for both teams. Lions looking to retain top place on the ladder. Jets looking to cement their position in the top 4. The Raw NTC squad have been on fire since playing the National Championships. They've won every game upon their return. We'll be seeing them next weekend in their match against Mitchelton. That game from Terralba Park. Perrin's cross harmlessly out of play. So the tempo's improved in this second half. Lions have increased their energy. They were described as being lethargic last week in their win against the Sunshine Coast. It's been a good second half effort from them. They'll need to keep going if they're to secure the 3 points tonight. New again, coming forward out of defence. This time she's got Walker. Crossfield ball looking for Daniels. Daniels with a little bit of time. Can't find Shermer. And Hogg sees the ball out of play. Daniels. And Hogg gives possession straight back to Christy New. New finds McGilligan. Christy New actually ran on there. Tegan Riding stayed deep. Could have been a good counter-attacking opportunity for Lions. McGilligan. She's got Askin. Pass just in behind. Liking the interplay here with McGilligan and Askin. Here's McGilligan again. Good save from Hepburn. And now the crowd come to life. 10 minutes to go in this game. It's NPLW, round 20 fixture. Riding. Harch. Tegan Riding wasn't quite on the same page there. Both teams looking to make a substitution. Jasmine Perrin's the player coming off. For the Jets. So Georgia Chapman's coming off for Lions. So Jessica Gibson is the substitute for the Jets. He's got 8 minutes to work some magic. She takes up on play on the right hand side. Bringing that line substitute shortly. Now I mentioned in the first half that Lions have promoted a couple of under-17s players. Amy Gunston being one of them. And Amy Gunston is the player on the field, number 18. I noticed Amy Gunston a couple of weeks ago, which was probably a month ago now, in the match against Gold Coast United, the under-17s game. She created plenty of attacking chances in that game. It's a corner now for the Jets. Askin's delivery is deep. Straight for Riding. Harrison cuts out any chance Lions had of progressing. Head. Hogg does enough to win back possession for Lions. Riding goes for another run. It's with the Jets now. Out wide for McGilligan. Sits up nicely for Gibson. Shot at goal a little bit too straight. So 6 minutes to go in regulation time. It's Lions 2, Moreton Bay 1. Lions gifting possession back to the Jets. Jets now have a throw in. Other matches in the NPLW this weekend. Capalaba are taking on Western Pride at the moment. Fortunately, I've been unable to keep you up to date with that score. Focus is a little bit too intent in this game. Gold Coast are taking on the Raw NTC at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Chance now for McGilligan. Gets through one player. Can't get past two. It's Moreton clears for Lions. Walker again, the offside flag goes up. The opportunity goes begging for the Jets. The Gold Coast are taking on the Raw tomorrow. Sunshine Coast are at home to South United. Logan Lightning are hosting the Gap. That's at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Eastern Suburbs are taking on the Southwest Queensland Thunder. That is also at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And also 6 p.m. tomorrow is Mitchelton against Mudgeeraba. And the touch from McGilligan, a little bit too strong. So 4 minutes to go. Some good pressure here from the Jets. Even if they don't come away with anything from this game. I think the Jets would be pleased with what they've shown us this evening. Play on is the call. Hogg with the win. It's out for Riding. Riding with the shot. Straight at Majstorovic. The crowd baying for a free kick there for the Jets. So we might be seeing a little bit of end-to-end here. Because Lions just need to retain possession. Be solid in defence. This is Kenman. Gunston. Wide for Stevens. Stevens doesn't have too much in the middle. She was ready to cross. There was nothing for her to cross to. Gibson. Ball out of play. So 2 minutes to go. Time for the Moreton Bay players to perhaps gamble. Take a risk. Make that gut-busting run. Get themselves in the box. Chance now for Gibson. Finds McGilligan. McGilligan scores! And the Jets have their equaliser. Well, it was all about staying in the play. Jessica Gibson showed a little bit of patience, found McGilligan. Some good work there by the Lions defence. Held her up once, held her up twice. They couldn't hold her up the third time. And scores a level. Will we get a grandstand finish? Here comes Tegan Riding for Lions. She's taking on 5. Shots deflected. Out for Harch. Well, the draw suits Moreton Bay more than it does Lions. Lions need the win if they're to try and retain top place. It's already out of their hands for the Gap. If the Gap win all their remaining games, they'll be the champions for the season. 6 games to go. The Gap, of course, have a make-up game. The Jets, of course, played the Gap, I believe in the second last week. Lions host South United here in round 26. I'll just run through both teams' run-in. 30 seconds into injury time. So Lions next week away to Southwest Queensland Thunder. Home to Mudgeeraba. Home to Raw NTC. Home to the Gap. Away to Western Pride and then home to Souths. Moreton Bay. They're away at the Sunshine Coast. Away at Gold Coast United. That's their make-up game. Home to the Southwest Queensland Thunder. Away to Mudgeeraba. Home to the Raw NTC. Away to the Gap. Then home to Western Pride. So the Gap have to play both these teams. There's a chance now for the Jets to win. There's Gibson. Not enough power in a shot. Good work from Hepburn. So I expect there'll be the regulation 3 minutes of injury time. We're about 90 seconds in. Will there be another chance for either team? This is Riding. Can't find Gunston. Daniels. Can't find Gibson. Gallagher almost able to latch on to the loose ball. Harch. Again looking for Riding. Shermer muscles lines off the ball. And there it is. It's full time. Well, both teams go home with a point. Well, it was Moreton Bay who opened the scoring in the 14th minute through McGann-McGilligan. Just before half-time, Tegan Riding equalised for Lions. Then in the second half, Lions went ahead through Lana Harch. And in the 88th minute, McGann-McGilligan gets her second goal to make the score at Lions Stadium. Lions FC 2, Moreton Bay United 2. I'm Darren Lutton on behalf of Tom McClifty from Double Take and David Reid from Football Queensland. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's presentation. Don't forget, Super Saturday tomorrow, 5 p.m, Southwest Queensland Thunder versus Mackay Crusaders. And then at 7 p.m, the FQPL, South United against Capalaba. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. We will look forward to your company tomorrow.